Breaking news coming in. There's been a blast at the Chennai railway station. The explosion took place on platform number 9 of the station. Scant details still coming in. We're trying to get some pictures. We're going to go across to our correspondent Priyambada in just a moment from now. The information that we're getting right now is that this explosion took place on platform number 9 of the Chennai railway station, one of the oldest railway stations in the country. It's situated in the northern part of Chennai. I want to go straight across to headlines today's Srisha Reddy to get you the first inputs on this breaking story this morning. Srisha, what details do you have about this explosion at the Chennai railway station?
Shiv, the information is very sketchy at this point in time because the information what do we have is that 6 people have been injured in this, and it was Bangalore-Guwahati Express and it's platform number 9. These are the details that we have on hand right now. People are, of course, rushing to the spot to get to know more information because there was an explosion that they heard, and when people started rushing into, then they knew that there was some bomb blast or some sort of a blast and explosion because smoke started emanating from that particular place at platform number 9. People have been admitted to nearby hospitals. People have been injured in that particular explosion. We are, of course, waiting for more details on this, but it's very sketchy at this point in time. We will get more information on that in a short while from now.
Also, Srisha, any details at all on whether the blast took place inside the bogie of a train standing at the station or whether it was on the platform? Any details at all?
Well, exactly. That is what we are also trying to get information from, whether it was in the platform or whether it was, in the track or it was in the, it was in the train itself. So these are 3 things that we are, of course, trying to get into details. But,
right.
but as the information is very sketchy and people are, of course, reaching there, the officials are not giving any information or confirmation on anything at this point in time. So we, in short term,
well, this is disturbing news being brought to us by our reporters this Thursday morning. Priyambada, our Chennai bureau chief, is also with us. Priyambada, Chennai station crowded at most times, and at a time like this, it would be crowded as well. The Guwahati Express was at the platform number 9. We understand that 6 people have been injured in this explosion, even though the nature of this explosion is not known at this time. What more details do you have, Priyambada?
Well, at this point of time, what I know is around 5:30 in the morning, as soon as the Guwahati Express came and stationed itself on the platform number 9, the black market. So the investigators are right now trying to find out whether the train carried the explosive material or it was already present in the platform number 9. So that is the first point of investigation that we are going to begin at this point of time. And the condition of the 6 people is quite serious. And we should remember this is probably the first blast in Chennai. And this is probably the second blast after some 10-15 long years when there was a blast in Coimbatore when Advani had come to Tamil Nadu. So the city, which is known as a safe city, as a safe haven, believed by many security experts, that myth has been broken now. And we know that there have been activities of some different groups and elements for the past 2 years, which is seen as a build-up to this blast. The police are investigating, have started looking at that angle as well, because we know that in Madurai alone, in the last 1 year, there have been 9 occasions when they had discovered bombs at various places, which led to some of the interesting information about groups that have formed, minor groups that have formed in the Chennai. Also, only 2 days back, an alleged ISI agent was arrested by the branch here in Chennai. So everything adds up, and that's the angle that the police are investigating at this point of time.
Priyambada, even though we don't want to jump the gun on the nature of this explosive, like you very comprehensively pointed out, there have been intelligence alerts very specifically about groups that might try to mount attacks of this kind, especially during election season. So while we're not jumping the gun on identifying the nature of the explosion or who or what may be responsible, foul play and sabotage of the kind that you're describing is not being ruled out at this time.
Absolutely, it is not ruled out because, as we said, there have been intelligence input, there have been build-up, and they have been on the alert. We know in a country like India, how difficult it would be to prevent. That's what some of my sources, top police level sources whom I have spoken to, what also interests the investigators at this point of time is the arrival of the Guwahati Express. So that is the angle, that is the first lead that they have picked up, and this is where they are going to start and begin that interrogation at this point of time.
Also, Priyamvada, if I could just ask you, for the benefit of our viewers, if you could just point out whether the area around the railway station has been cordoned off, what kind of security arrangements have been made, in anticipation of perhaps something else happening? What are the security arrangements like? What do people in that area need to look out for?
Chennai Central Station is an extremely crowded area. It's in the heart of the city, and at least the floating population of 2,000 to 3,000 people are there at any point of time. At 5:36 a.m. is the peak hour because at least 10 trains come in and go out during that time from the Central Railway Station, and there are
Absolutely.
50 to 100 markets in and around that area. So it is always seen as a very vulnerable area. At least 50 police personnel are posted in that area regularly. Baggage checks are done. Of course, twisting does not happen, but there are security measures in place, especially after the ID alerts that have been coming in. Also, remember, only last year, in the month of July, there was a specific alert that there could be terrorist intrusion happening via Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu, a vulnerable area. So after that, they had doubled the security in this area. So this is the security arrangement, and also remember there is a huge hospital in which a government hospital is right opposite to the Central Railway Station, which houses at least 5,000, more than 1,000 to 2,000 patients at any given point of time. So an extremely sensitive and vulnerable area in Chennai.
Definitely a vulnerable area in Chennai, Priyamvada, and like you rightly pointed out, a floating population of a few thousand people in and out of the railway station, one of the most crowded railway stations in the country, also very busy. Many people there, especially at that time of the morning, like you said, 10 to 11 trains there, arriving at that time. And this is disturbing, Priyamvada, because we haven't seen this sort of thing happen in Chennai in recent memory. Okay, we've just lost that line with Priyamvada. We'll re-establish that in just a moment. Explosion on platform number 9 of the Chennai Central Station. It occurred just as the Guwahati Express steamed into the station at about 5:30 early this morning. Now, the nature of the blast is not yet known. What we can confirm to you this morning here on Wake Up India is that 6 people have been injured. Our correspondent Priyamvada tells us that those injuries are serious and all 6 people have been taken to a nearby government hospital. Now, the precise nature of the blast, was it an explosive? Was it some kind of an accident or a technical malfunction? Was it a diesel generator? Was it a terror strike? Was it some kind of sabotage? All of these possibilities are being looked at right now on Headlines Today.